Do you know, a lower jawbone was found in Dmanisi, Georgia, some time back now. It belonged to a member of the Homo erectus family, our now extinct human cousins. He was a male of about 40 years old who lived probably 2 million years ago. The jaw is missing all its teeth except for one, and we know he lived a long time like that, which means someone was helping him to eat. 2 million years ago, someone was feeding him. Someone cared about him. Maybe someone loved him. Back in deep time, even before our species began, a person or a group was practicing compassion. Someone was being kind for the sake of being kind. I think about that 2 million year old jawbone a lot these days. I like to imagine a little pack of our evolutionary cousins huddled around a fire, knowing little, understanding even less, before recourse to reason or law or history, before currency and standing armies, before socks, and probably with no concept that one day, 2 million years in the future, their cousins, us, would build this incredible global project of civilization. And if there was some way we could have shown our cousins and ancestors just how far humans would one day come, everything would seem alien to them, except perhaps for compassion. Because though they lived in perpetual ignorance, though they were incorrect about almost everything all the time, from that jawbone in Georgia, from other ancient skeletons telling almost exactly the same story, we know that they had kindness. And it is the same kindness that today raises our kids and takes care of our elderly. It's the same kindness that provides disaster relief and medical aid, the same kindness that sustains friendships and writes love letters. Do you ever get that weird wow moment sometimes when you realize that the future isn't just this abstract sci-fi place with hover cars or whatever? It's actually coming. Like one day it will actually be the 22nd and 23rd centuries, and they'll be just as pedestrian and real as the 21st century is to us. And then do you ever get that second wow moment when you realize that making it to those centuries isn't actually guaranteed, that we could drop the ball at any moment, and you think, my god, is anyone making sure we're gonna be okay? Is anyone actually steering the ship? Because those sure are some big waves over there, and we've never been this far out to sea before. And maybe if we squint really hard, we can just about make out the promise of land centuries ahead. But between the future and us are 10,000 furious storms of warfare and infighting, and God knows we're in a crisis right this minute. But our ancestors have been here before, living forever on the knife edge of ignorance and death, at the constant mercy of systems inside and outside themselves that they did not understand, just like us today. And if there was one thing, alongside intelligence and technology and wisdom, if there was one thing that sustained them, if there was one thing that got them through, their bones are indisputable. It was compassion. It was kindness. Doubtless, we will screw up in the future with 1 million times the efficiency that we screwed up in the past. We cannot and will never be correct about everything all the time. Ignorance is in our bones, but kindness is in our DNA. And if anyone says otherwise, just tell them to fuck off. With love, obviously. With love.